started on your readings today. We're going to do an all signs reading. We just had the new moon in Capricorn last night. Which is all kind of about getting that grounded energy. And kind of like stepping into the healthier side of the ego, you know, because not all ego is, you know, useless or bad, you know. So let's see. What does this mean for you? There we go. Get in some cards. Alright. Evens. Mystery, reading between the lines, and intuition. You could be tapping into your heightened senses, if you will. Let's see. Ouroboros. Infinity, eternal, and past life. So you might be doing some past life regression. Which would heighten your intuition. The more awareness you have about your past self, the more awareness you have about your current self and your current situations. So, let's see. And Ouroboros also is represented by the snake eating itself, right? Which is like an infinite loop. But also, it's chaotic, you know, it's like a snake eating itself. Sometimes I feel like that can be symbolic of, you know, humans and what humans do to themselves. So let's see it. What this means for you. Because also I see like, it looks like she's in the womb here, you know, it looks like she's, like growing in the womb. And so there could be like this energy of like being in a cocoon like state where you're just kind of like evolving, right? Into your higher level. So. Let's see. Alright. So, we have the star in reverse. Aquarius energy. We could be dealing with an Aquarius right now. Speaking to an Aquarius, the star in reverse also represents kind of like a sense of like hopelessness, or not like, you know, because the card in the upright represents like hopefulness, right? Seeing the light in the darkness, like, and really like understanding that brighter days are ahead, right? And it's kind of like the opposite of that, right? With the Knight of Wands in reverse, there's kind of a refusal to talk about it though, or like to bring it up. It's almost like you're afraid that you might speak something into existence if you do bring up certain subjects or whatever. We will clarify this whole message. The Chariot in reverse tells me that you feel like you're on like a train that's going nowhere. Alright, that's Cancer energy. It kind of feels like something's just not moving, or like you're kind of stuck in neutral on a situation. Five of Swords in reverse. There's also like a refusal to like fight, or like there could be like an avoidance of conflict. And this could also like tie into the Knight of Wands in reverse. not talking about something. It could be to avoid conflict or to avoid, rocking the boat. So let's see. What kind of, this could be a job, this could be a relationship, family ship, whatever ship. I feel like intuitively you know what ship, So, let's see. Okay. What's your advice? It's kind of this like stuck and stagnant energy, almost like feeling like you don't have a voice in a situation. Or feeling like even if you did say something, you don't feel like it would do much or change anything. Something really bothers you though. The Devil, Capricorn energy. Could be dealing with a narcissist. Also, though, with the new moon in Capricorn, it could represent that, like going through this transition during this time. The Devil could also represent temptation, addiction, lust, more the carnal, material world. The High Priestess tells me that your intuition, though, is like telling you stuff. It's like, and that's Pisces energy. That's telling me that you're picking up on messages from the universe, you're picking up like hints. But I don't think you're acting on them with the Chariot in reverse. At least not yet. Yeah, 10 of Wands in reverse. It's almost like you wait until you're so overburdened by a situation that there's no other choice but to leave. Almost like you're willing to see something all the way through, even if it fucking sucks. But here's the part where I kind of interject on that, and it's like if you have self-love and self-respect and stuff, then at some point you have to not allow life to become so burdensome, and kind of learn how to release energies that inhibit the progress of our lives. Two of Wands in reverse with the Six of Pentacles in reverse is kind of dope. Because it's kind of telling me that you've made a decision in your life to not be codependent, right? To be very self-sufficient, to be able to rely on yourself and handle things on your own. So, with that being said, I don't feel like there's a fear of walking away from this situation. It's just you're the kind of person who will stick something out the whole way, So, Two of Pentacles tells me you have a decision to make. Right now, you kind of have to weigh your pros and cons. Kind of see how a situation feels to you. Interesting. So we have the Empress, Divine Feminine energy. This is Aries energy also. And this is kind of like a reinvigoration of self, right? Like a reawakening of your creativity and the spark that gets you going. With the King of Cups in reverse, though, it's kind of like this energy of not allowing yourself to be consumed by emotions or not allowing yourself to be broken by emotions. This could also represent having a change of heart. Um, so, let's see. Yeah, King of Pentacles was in reverse and I accidentally flipped it in the upright, so I'm gonna read it sideways since it went both ways. So King of Pentacles sideways tells me that there's King of Pentacles in reverse is letting go of something, right? Something very materialistic or something from the material plane. Pentacles like deals with the material shit. So with the King of Pentacles in reverse, there's this energy of letting go, releasing something, right? And with the King of Cups in reverse, I do see that, like having a change of heart of something. With it in the upright though, right? Because we're reading it sideways, so you read it both ways. That means like you're focusing too on like how to be more abundant in life, or how to like feel more successful, or feel like, you know, you're navigating things in the right way. Could also talk about focusing on your work, focusing on, you know, your finances, and like really trying to be wise about like big decisions that you make in life. With the Fool card, I do see you kind of stepping into the unknown outside of your comfort zone. The Fool card represents ground zero, right? Like that first leap of faith into a new cycle or into something different. And so, you know, you could be choosing to like kind of bask in something new, pursue new things, you know, going back to the Empress, you know, reinvigorating those the thing, your creativity, and the things that, you know, really bring that energy of abundance into your life. Because if something isn't bringing in that abundance, like even if it's emotional abundance, I feel like you're just gonna walk away from it. You're not gonna like allow yourself to be like buried in stress and buried in like confusion and trapped energy. It's almost like you can't. King of Wands. King of Wands is a king of truth, right? This is a king of facing your personal truths. This is about being true to yourself also. King of Wands is all about igniting what makes you feel passionate in life, or what, you know, makes you feel driven, motivated. It ties heavily into the Aries energy also. With the World in reverse, I feel like you haven't yet closed out this cycle, but I feel like it's there, right? Like this, you're teetering on the edge of it, because you're right between the World in reverse and the Fool card. And I feel that like there's just things are gonna change. Like life as you know it is not gonna be the same. It's time for uprooting. So we have the Lovers with the Six of Wands in reverse. And this is kind of like feeling like a strong emotional connection to somebody, but also feeling like you don't have their undivided attention in regards to love. It's kind of like Six of Wands in reverse is a sense of feeling a little bit like emotionally neglected or like not focused on, right? So in regards to love, that could be the case. You could also be dealing with a Gemini with the Lover's card. Um, so if this is a love connection you're like walking away from, a lot of it has to do with like feeling like underappreciated or underacknowledged. Or the cards coming out, there could be potentially be somebody that you want to have like a romantic connection with, right? Ace of Swords in reverse with the Two of Cups here, and you might not have it. You might be struggling to have that breakthrough, or like feeling like that. Also with the Six of Wands in reverse with the Lovers, there could be a sense of you feeling like this person may never commit to you or may never want what you want. So there's a sense of like awaiting this tower, right? Just kind of awaiting the fall. It reminds me of this song by Interpol that's called like Awaiting, or The Fall, I think is what it's called. But it's, yeah. But yeah. So having the Two of Cups and the Lovers tells me that you could be pursuing something new also. With the Tower in reverse, the World in reverse, I feel like something's like teetering on the edge of like the ending of a cycle and you're entering into a new one with the Fool card, right? Ace of Flamingos or Ace of Swords in reverse also tells me that you're kind of like awaiting this new beginning. Kind of like looking forward to it, visualizing it. Yeah, Seven of Swords in reverse tells me that you're kind of done with people who have like a deceitful energy, or you feel like you can't get the truth out of them ever. Seven of Swords is like lying, cheating, stealing, and with that in reverse, it's kind of like no longer having a tolerance for people like that in your life. Seven of Cups in reverse. Also, one thing that could keep you like stuck in like a karmic cycle like this is the fact that you don't feel like there are other opportunities or other connections that you could have that would compare, which is funny because like I feel this energy that I should tell you not to compare anybody or anything, you know, especially in regards to emotional situations. No two connections are ever the same, even in our friendships, right? So there's like this energy of needing to like break out of the fear of like not having options, because it's not that you don't have options, it's that you're like you're fearing that. It's almost like the energy of like feeling like this is, you know, I don't know, I get the vibe that like this has been kind of like an on and off again kind of situation, because it seems very back and forth. anything else? The Sun card, Leo energy. Somebody is going to help you over this wall. If you see Humpty Dumpty is reaching over to help her over this wall. Whatever is like standing in the way of like you and your emotional abundance or your like fulfillment. There's, I almost get that like a sense of like divine intervention. Somebody coming from above to kind of like help you work through a situation. So there could be potentially divine intervention on your situation. Seven, seven, seven. I have 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups, and 7 of Pentacles, all in reverse. 7 of Pentacles is like a fear that you might lose everything. See, this is like the thing that needs to like be changed, is the energy of like fear, right? Fear prohibits us. Fear holds us back. Fear, like especially from my own experience of like having to restart and reboot my life several times over in like, the last decade. One thing I've noticed is that like, you could lose everything that life as you know it. You could lose it all. And still life can turn out better than what you had previously envisioned, Like there are people I never thought I'd ever be able to live without. That, guess what, chicken butt, I'm living without them, and it's like there were situations I thought I had to stay in for, whatever reasons, and I was able to navigate. And so I can't be convinced that fear is enough to hold you back in life. I just can't. Like sometimes you have to rip the Band-Aid off and do the scary thing. It's part of growing up. Nine of Wands. I see this emotional, like, guardedness with the Nine of Wands, and it's almost like an unwillingness to, like, see another potential path. And I feel like this is kind of something that you have to, like, you're so, like, set on one certain outcome, and that's not, like, how life works, You can try to be hung up on a certain outcome, and life will throw its curveballs. The more you let go of that ideal, the more free you are to actually enjoy life, because you're not expecting one certain outcome or like waiting on a certain outcome. You're just living in the present tense, experiencing life. So let's see. nonsense. It's time to talk sense, right? So this is like basically saying it's time to be logical and stop like looking at the potential of a situation and rather start looking at the reality. Where does it serve? Like what what are you really getting out of your situation, or staying stuck in a mindset or in a, you know. So let's see. I'm gonna pull one of these. Durga Kalika. In unusually challenging situations, the ways we have supported ourselves during more ordinary times are insufficient. We need to be open to divine inspiration, protection, and proceeding in new ways. Here is a portent of unexpected success. Even if everything appears to be going against you, the tide shall turn through divine grace. So, I feel the energy of like needing to brush off the sense of like resistance and just kind of let life do what life does. Let it unfold for you, you know. Ultimately, that's the main gist of what I'm seeing here. But that's pretty much what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later.